Imagine this, you're walking through a vast digital maze where every corner holds a bright, blinking screen that promises instant gratification. Just a tap, and you are in. At first, it feels like a wonderland full of entertainment, but before you know it, the walls start to close in. What was once fun now feels like a blur. This is what I like to call the digital fog, and it's something that creeps up on all of us. We have all been there. 1 minute, you're supposed to be finishing a project or reading something important, and the next minute, you're 2 seasons deep into the show that everyone's been talking about. The minutes slip by like grains of sand, and suddenly you're lost in the fog. This is very common happening. It's much sneakier. It's what some people like to call brain rot, but what I think is more like a fog slowly rolling in, clouding your focus. Picture this, it's a peaceful Sunday afternoon. You are ready to ace that upcoming test. Books neatly stacked, coffee freshly brewed. It's all set. But then, out of nowhere, the siren call of your phone. It's a meme, harmless, right? I'll just check it for a second, you think. But that 1 second turns into 5 minutes, and before long, you're tumbling down a rabbit hole of videos, each one shorter, funnier, and even more distracting than the last. The study session? A distant memory. Your coffee? Cooled and forgotten. Welcome to the fog. You try to refocus on studying, but it's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. Did you know it takes about 20 minutes to regain full focus after a distraction? It's like rebooting a computer after every tiny distraction. Every time you pick up your phone, you're setting yourself back, not just in the moment, but for the rest of the day. And it spreads. The fog isn't confined to just the study session. It spills over into everything. You decide to take a break and grab some lunch, but while you eat, you start scrolling again. Lunchtime becomes another scrolling spree. The walk you have planned to clear your head? Skipped. You crash on the couch instead, telling yourself that you will take a short break. Few episodes later, and your afternoons vanished. The fog takes over your day, and just like that, it feels like you're wading through it every time you try to do something productive. You tell yourself, I'll make up for it tomorrow, but tomorrow comes and the cycle repeats. And that fatigue, it's not just physical, it's mental. You're burned out and you didn't even see it coming. Sounds familiar, right? This might sound dramatic to few, but research shows that excessive internet and social media use can lead to cognitive overload. Our brains weren't designed to handle the relentless flood of information we get online. And here's something to think about. Heavy social media users have been found to show less activity in parts of the brain responsible for making decisions and controlling impulses. That means the more time you spend endlessly scrolling, the harder it becomes to break free. You're trapped in a loop, always searching for the next hit of a dopamine, the same chemical that gets released when you win a game or eat your favorite food. It feels good, so you keep coming back for more. But here's the catch. The more you use social media, the more you need to achieve that same level of satisfaction. It's like a drug. Your brain gets used to the dopamine hits and you start needing more to feel the same effect. This can lead to a kind of digital dependence where you're constantly checking your phone, craving the next hit of validation. You might just give yourself a solace and think that you're connecting with others online, but those connections are often shallow. The more time you spend looking at other people's highlight reels, the more you compare yourself to them and more disconnected you feel from your own reality. You see their carefully curated, perfect moments and forget that you are only seeing a fraction of their lives, not the messy, imperfected behind the scenes. The real irony? The more connected we are online, the more isolated we feel in real life. Ever notice how after hours of browsing, you feel mentally drained, like you have been running in circles without ever getting anywhere? That's because real human connection doesn't happen through screens. It happens face to face, when you are present in the moment, not lost in the fog. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay lost in the digital maze. There are ways to clear the fog, to take control of your time, your attention, and your mind again. The trick is simple but powerful. Intentionality. Be intentional about how you spend your time. Cut through the noise. It's difficult, I know. Start small. Set timer for your social media use. Unfollow accounts that make you feel less than, that drag you into comparison traps. Curate your feed so that it brings joy or sparks curiosity instead of feeling distraction. Better yet, take breaks from the social media entirely. Give your mind space to breathe, to wander in the real world instead of the digital one. Want to know a secret? The moments you remember the most in life are the ones that leave you feeling truly connected. Happens when you are fully present. Maybe it's conversation with a close friend over coffee, where time seems to disappear, or maybe it's the feeling of accomplishment after reading a good book or learning something new. These are the moments where life feels real, not just a series of taps, likes and comments. When it comes to productivity, one of the best ways to beat the fog is by creating structure. Break your day into focused work periods, followed by intentional breaks. Step outside, move your body, and let your brain recharge in a way that scrolling never could. Trust me, the feeling of clarity you get when you step away from the noise is like breathing fresh air after being stuck in a crowded room. So let's make a pact right here. The next time you feel that pull, the urge to dive back into the scroll, pause. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that you are in control. The moments that matter the most are happening outside your screen. They're in the conversation, the quiet focus, and the laughter shared with people who are right there with you. Here's the challenge. After this video ends, put your phone down. Go work on that project you have been meaning to start. Dive into the book you have been neglecting, or simply take a walk and reconnect with the world around you. Give yourself at least 3 to 4 hours, maybe even more, before you come back online. When you return, you will notice the difference. Your mind will feel sharper, cleaner, and more alive. This isn't about cutting out technology. It's about reclaiming your attention and owning your time. Life is too short to live it distracted. So go, do something that matters, something that lights a fire inside you. I'll be here when you are ready to come back. But trust me, the time spent unplugged will be your most valuable investment. You have got this. Now go make the most of your time. Until next time, stay focused, stay driven, and remember, you are in your own control. Love you all.